Well, with that, there's some big breaking news which is coming in. This is a Times Now exclusive. We're going to tell you about the sinister Pakistan ISI plot which has been unraveled. The plan was to bomb the Red Fort. Yes, that's right. There has been a massive twist in the case of Sikhs for Justice, a Khalistani terror group. In fact, one of the terrorists, Jaswinder Singh, has been arrested and is currently in custody. Times Now has learned that as per credible inputs, Jaswinder Singh was likely to carry out a terror attack outside Punjab. In fact, he was also tasked by the ISI to carry out a car IED blast near the Red Fort in Delhi through one former serviceman contact in Punjab. In view of this input, Jaswinder has now been apprehended for further legal action. Let me go across to our executive editor, Nikunj Garg, who's joining us with all the details. Nikunj, we all knew that there is a Pakistan ISI hand behind the blast, but what you've managed to access, and this is the only channel which has the inside track of the insidious Pakistani plot, that it was likely to try and destabilize India's security, not just restricted to Punjab. Give us the details.
Well, absolutely, Meghna. When this fellow was first arrested, when this Pakistani-backed Khalistani terrorist was first arrested in Germany, the initial reaction of the security establishment and people in the know was that probably he was connected somehow to the Ludhiana blast, because the Director General of Police during the press conference also mentioned that there is a Pakistani-Khalistani hand behind this blast and narco-terror is responsible for it. But speaking to the top sources in the intelligence establishment, we have been able to piece through the bigger, the real, and the most sinister conspiracy of the Pakistan ISI. Handled by one Colonel Bajwa of Pakistan ISI, Jaswinder Singh was actually preparing to carry out an attack ahead of 26th of January, which is now just days from now as you and I speak, outside Red Fort. And why Red Fort? There's a very significant reason why Red Fort has been chosen as a strike point by the ISI. If you recall, Meghna, last time when the farmer protesters were sitting here, some elements associated, according to the law enforcement, with the farm protest broke the protest rally and marched to the Red Fort in their tractors, etc. Farmers denied those elements belonging to them, but the security establishment continued to say that these elements were actually part of the farm protest. And there was a big ruckus, massive scuffle, beatings, etc. that took place between the law enforcement agencies and the farm protesters, or alleged farm protesters, at the Red Fort itself. So this year, ahead of Punjab elections, choosing Red Fort as a site where a vehicle-borne IED could have been detonated, Pakistan ISI quite clearly wanted to send out a signal to the world that all is not well in Punjab, and that the Punjabi community, particularly the Sikh farming peasantry, is certainly not satisfied with Government of India's responses and has not forgotten Delhi police's or law enforcement's high-handedness at the Red Fort, and that is why they are choosing that place to carry out a terror strike to send a message across to the security establishment. That is the reason why a security establishment of the country acted in an alarming fashion and ensured that the Germans actually arrested Jaswinder Singh much ahead of any of these planning coming to fruition on the ground. However, there are elements of smugglers that he was in close touch with. There were people who were supplying him wherewithal. As I said, his handler is a Pakistani colonel, and those elements may have also sneaked into the country, for which the security establishment is keeping a watch. What is important is that India could force Germans to take this action despite the fact that Jaswinder Singh is a German citizen. And, it's not very easy, particularly in the Western European countries, to make their law enforcement act against their own citizens without credible proof of what you are making claims for. So quite clearly, India has been able to supply German authorities credible proof of nefarious activities of Jaswinder Singh and his engagement and involvement with Pakistan's inter-services intelligence, which is an agency, even the Western European democracies know, has actively backed terror in multiple locations from Afghanistan to Sri Lanka, India, of course, being its principal victim for many, many years. And based on that credible information and based on those credible inputs only, Jaswinder Singh was arrested, and presently he remains in the custody of the German police.
Well, General Nikunj, do stay on with us because I want more details on the modus operandi. How were the arms ammunition supposed to be smuggled into India? We'll just come back to you. But let me go across to Major General G.D. Bakshi, who's also joining us, a defense expert. Also, Sushant Sareen, a senior fellow of ORF, is here on the show. General Saab, if I can come to you first. It's no surprise that there is a Pakistan ISI link behind the blast which has happened. But should we be very, very worried? Because ahead of the Punjab polls, they are trying to destabilize not just Punjab, but the whole of India. Red Fort, as Nikunj was explaining, was supposed to be a symbolic attack that they wanted to carry out.
Look, historically, since the time of the Mughals, the Red Fort has been an iconic symbol of rule, the center of power in India. Now it is mostly a historic relic because of it was so in the British times. But the Prime Minister addresses the nation on the 15th of August every year from here. So it is an iconic, a symbolic target. Now for the past few years, the ISI has been very actively engaged in trying to revive its K2 project, that is Kashmir Khalistan project, and revive terrorism in the Punjab. Terrorism, which you may recall, had been thoroughly wiped out in the decade between 1980 to 1990. It is one of the few successful counter-terror campaigns which succeeded in absolutely, destroying a very vicious terrorist movement, very dangerous terrorist movement, which had again attacked and captured, taken hold of, fortified the most iconic symbol of Sikhism, the Golden Temple. Now, it has been their plan to revive this. They have been trying to push drugs into Punjab on a massive scale because they know that the Khalistani cause is a lost cause in Punjab, but they want control zombies, they want drug addicts, and they have destroyed the youth of the Punjab with their drug offensive. Last 2 years, they have commenced a furiously active, notoriously active program with Chinese quadcopters, hexacopters, 72 drone flights were spotted. How many got through undetected, we don't know. They were carrying arms, ammunition, drugs, grenades, IED material, and counterfeit currency.
Absolutely.
The plan was to revive. Now, we've seen the blast in the Ludhiana court. We've seen the attempts at sacrilege. Very, very patently obvious handiworks of the ISI, where they're trying to eliminate those who did it so that there is no evidence whatsoever. And you can generate communal tension, hatred between communities before the election.
But there is nothing new when it comes to Pakistan. Sushant Sareen, if I can come to you, when it comes to Pakistan trying its best, which they have done over the decades now, to try and revive the Khalistani movement, to what extent are they succeeding? Because now it's not just about Khalistan anyways, it is about anti-India forces who seem to be stitched together very cleverly by Pakistan to work against the interests of India.
That's quite correct, Meghna. I don't think at the political level the Khalistani movement has any great resonance ever had. Even in the past, in the 90s, late 80s, 90s, what was happening was that they had kind of intimidated people into supporting them. The dangerous part now, however, is that, look, until and unless you are going to dismantle the narcotics, infrastructure in Punjab, because there are huge vested interests, huge. You can't imagine the kind of monies that are involved. And you can't imagine the kind of people who are involved, from politicians to bureaucrats to policemen, you name it, everybody's involved, from the pharmaceutical industry. Everybody has a take in this in this so-called industry, if I might call it that, because it seems to be the most flourishing industry in Punjab now.
Yes.
And this has been for the last over a decade now, and everybody has slept on the wheel. Nobody has cracked down on it. Captain Amrinder Singh promised, he didn't deliver. The Akalis had very dubious connections, and then you have parties coming in which have been hand in glove, or at least, there are suspected links with Khalistani elements who have joined their ranks. And these are going to be the front runners in the coming election. So you really are sitting on a powder keg.
Absolutely.
It is not a political movement as yet, but it doesn't take much for it to become a political movement. All that you need to do is incite hatred, and ability of the Indian state to counteract leaves a lot to be desired, number one. Number two, look, you in Punjab, you have a police force which is huge. Okay, you have something like 24 or 28 police districts. You make districts the way people would, distribute sweets. And yet, when you come down to policing, virtually zero, number two. Number three, Germany has been developing as a hub for Khalistani terrorism for many years now.
Absolutely.
There have been evidence of Germany being involved in this whole thing. And yet, while we have kept a look on them, there have been instances where we have tried to discover a lot of things.
Absolutely.
And I think today is remarkable. And
it's very significant that they've managed to arrest and give credible information based on which this evidence they've made this arrest. Nikunj, a quick word from you, because it's very important for us to understand what really would have been the modus operandi. An IED blast close to Red Fort that they were planning. Where would these arms, ammunition be coming in? Would it be the Chinese drones, infiltration bits, all of that we've seen in the past?
Well, Meghna, the security establishment tells me that this man, Jaswinder Singh, has very thick linkages with the smugglers who run narcotics trade in and out of Pakistan and into Indian Punjab. Now, smugglers in the past have been routinely used to supply in the small arms, Kalashnikov series weapons, grenades, small amount of explosives material also. As you say, drones today are becoming the real and omnipresent danger for which we do not, at least as of now, have an effective counter strategy too. Now, the material certainly could have been shipped in through that route. Smugglers have been very easily bringing in a large amount of explosives material which has been recovered on multiple locations by the Border Security Force and regularly been slipping through the cracks as well. Assembling that material inside India, in the heart of India, to carry out that kind of blast in Delhi for sure would have been a challenging task, but it's not impossible. Militants, both in the Khalistani ranks and in the Kashmiri militants rank, have shown time and again their ability to carry out that kind of strike.
Right.
However, as I said, that intelligence agencies acted in real time and could manage to get this man arrested there. Not before, of course, they could effect the Ludhiana blast. However, the bigger tragedy or the bigger conspiracy behind this probably has been nailed at this point in time as you and I speak. We do not know what happens before 26 January still.
Well, of course, there is heightened alert which has already been sounded. And let's not forget Punjab polls, very critical polls which are around the corner. Remember, when it comes to Punjab security, the border state security, it is India's national security which is also at stake. Thank you so much, Nikunj Garg, for getting us that Mega Times Now exclusive. General Bakshi for giving us your perspective, as well as Sushant Sareen. This is going to be one of our top focus stories here on Times Now, and it is of great strategic significance as well. With that, however, a short break.